You know, in 1981, Tara Allison was a high school graduate without a plan.
She decided to enlist in the Navy and was drawn to the nuclear power program. She eventually became an officer and a graduate of the U.S. Naval Academy. She was excelling in her field, but at the time, Tara had a secret that would have ended her military career.
This one was taken in Pensacola.
Looking at pictures from a successful naval career, Tara Allison has fond memories, but she's also reminded of a painful inner struggle.
This was my big, deep, dark secret for most of my life.
Tara was still living as Todd.
I grew up listening to toughen up, be a man, don't cry, all those kinds of things, and so I knew I couldn't tell anybody about what was going on inside of my head. And so the military, the nuclear power, submarines, those kinds of things, and eventually the Naval Academy, those were all, you know, part of that facade, that image that I projected to hide behind.
Although many of Tara's accomplishments were fueled by keeping a secret, her pride in service was real.
Anybody who spends any amount of time on active duty, I mean, you're proud of your service, you're proud of what you're doing, you're proud of being a part of what you're doing.
It wasn't until years after her service that she came out as transgender.
Nobody chooses to be transgender. This is not something anybody would choose to do. It's just who you are. It's very difficult, it's very scary, and it took me the better part of my life to be able to accept this about myself.
Surprising to Tara, acceptance was not hard for her fellow service members.
I was really greeted by a lot of warmth and acceptance. It was really cool because when I went back for the 25-year reunion, the women of my class got together for a luncheon that Saturday afternoon, and they invited me, and so I got to be part of the group, and it was kind of funny. Their attitude was, "You were a little late to the party, but we're glad you're here," and it was so fun and so wonderful.
Tara has since gone back to the Academy as a speaker addressing transgender issues.
And then shortly after I started speaking at the Naval Academy, the last administration changed the policy, and so a number of those people came out as trans, and then because of the current administration's policy, just were discharged. I hope it changes back. I think it's really unfair what's happening now to service members. They're doing the job successfully, they're doing the job well, and there's absolutely no reason why they shouldn't be allowed to continue to do the job. People don't seem to realize that transgender people have been serving on active duty in the military for forever. I mean, I served 9 years on active duty. I didn't come out, but I was trans. And, you know, there was nothing that I did on active duty as Todd that I couldn't do as Tara. There was nothing I did that I couldn't successfully do post-transition. You don't have to like or agree with who or what I am, but, you know, we're all free to live our own lives.
And it was very interesting talking to Tara, because you think about the folks that get admitted into, like, say, the Naval Academy.
Yeah.
You're talking alpha males, alpha females, and so for a lot of people that think that there may be an issue with them accepting transgender military members, there just wasn't.
No.
You know, and so it was interesting to kind of to hear that from her and to be able to talk to her about that.
Yeah, I think there's sometimes that, you know, we think that's what they think, but I think a lot of these, you know, naval officers, there's a bigger goal in mind, which is protecting America and everything like that. That's just not in the forefront of their thinking.
That was her message. That we ran a soundbite yesterday. They don't care what's going on with you as far as your religion, your sex, your you know,
gender, all that stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. What they care about is that you're wearing the same uniform and that you've got their back and they've got yours.
Exactly.
That's what it comes down to.
Too much to worry about.
Too much.
To think about
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
Well.